Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, NFL Sunday. It's a great day today. Love the NFL. Got some great picks for you this afternoon. Welcome to Picks on the Board. Today is the 22nd. Is that right? The 22nd of November? You mean Thanksgiving's only a few days away? Unbelievable. We got that incredible Dallas-Detroit game on Thanksgiving. The dreaded Dallas-Detroit game on Thanksgiving. I'm sure everybody's super excited about that one. Let's get right down to it. I added a new board on my stats and records. If you log into my stats and records, if you're a package holder, you've been on my site before, I have the daily stats and records underneath there. It lets you know how I did the previous day. And on top, I have the 2009 totals. Well, in between there now, you'll have a weekly total. So you'll have a week total, see how I did for the week, how the averages were for the week. I did that because a lot of people are getting frustrated. I'll have a bad day, or we won't break 60%, we'll go to 50% or something like that, and they get frustrated, but yet they don't look at the week. So these package holders, I did that for you, so you can kind of keep track of what we're doing for the week. So log on, take a look, and also I email it to all my package holders. You will have a weekly board on there so you can see how I'm doing for the week. Well, let's talk about those stats real quick. Actually, yesterday, my free daily video pick, I'm like 0-3 this week. I mean, UCF, I took Tulane plus 22 points yesterday and couldn't win that one. I'm like 0-3. I'm doing terrible in my free daily video picks. Not doing well at all. But let's get right down to it here. Let's talk about my totals for yesterday. College football actually went 6-6 yesterday. NBA had an incredible NBA last night. My package holders are very pleased. I went 5-0. And in NHL, I went 4-0. 5-0 in NBA, 4-0 in NHL, 6-6. Now, for the week, I want to go into the weekly because that 6-6 doesn't look too good. But if you add it for all the football games for the week, I'm 16-7 for the week. I mean, that's 69.56%. If you add the NBA totals for the week, starting 11-16 through 11-22, I'm actually 19-8. That's 70.37%. In NHL, I'm 14-5-1. That's 73.68%. And you can always log on and see those stats. You'll have a weekly board so you can keep track of how I'm doing weekly. All right, let's get right down to it. I actually have quite a few picks that are going to be picked on the board, ready to go, and shot to you by email for my package holders. We've got some NFL matchups, NBA matchups, and NHL matchups. And I'm going to surprise you today. I'm going to surprise my college basketball package holders. I told you Monday would be your first package. Well, actually, it's today. I'm going to send you a couple teasers today to kind of keep you hanging on there, getting ready for tomorrow's basketball season. So let's get right down to it. The NFL matchups that I've actually picked on the board and will be shot in the NFL package this week will be the Indianapolis-Baltimore game. Very interesting, this line here. They've got Baltimore plus 1 point. 1 point against Indianapolis, which is 9-0. I think Vegas has got this wrong. You'll see, my package holders will see who I picked on that one. Cleveland and Detroit. Cleveland and Detroit, that's a game that I've picked. Minnesota, Seattle's going into Minnesota today. That'll be a halfway decent game. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, man, almost squeaked one out last week and beat Miami, but they didn't. So New Orleans is going into Tampa Bay today. San Diego at Denver, that's always a great game. Cincinnati, Oakland, the Bengals are going into the dreaded Oakland Raiders, who are absolutely horrific this year. They're the worst team in the NFL. I know KC's right there with them, but the Oakland Raiders, man, good Lord. Pittsburgh is going into KC. So Pittsburgh's going into state. Another heartbreaking loss last week for Pittsburgh against Cincinnati. That's twice this year. And we've got a game tonight, man. This is probably the best game on the whole board. The game tonight is Philadelphia at Chicago. Philly's going into Chicago. So those are my NFL picks. Let's get right down to those. Will be picked on the board, sent out to you as soon as possible for my package holders. NBA. Let's get right to my NBA picks for today. Actually, there's only 6 games, but I'm picking 4 of them. We have an afternoon game. Actually, this afternoon game will be sent to you before. Actually, we have 2 afternoon games, and the rest are evening games. So these 2 afternoon games will be sent to you immediately. We got Orlando's going into Toronto. Orlando's going into Toronto, which isn't playing half bad. The record doesn't show it, but they're not a bad team at all. So Orlando's going into Toronto. Boston at New York. Boston's kind of flubbed it here in the last couple of days. They give up. Well, Wallace, man, he's not the player he used to be, and he just gives up. I mean, he just gives up. New Orleans is going into Miami. New Orleans coming off a big win last night. It's going into Miami. And Oklahoma City is going to the Lakers. Oklahoma City, that's an evening game tonight. Oklahoma City is going to play the Los Angeles Lakers this evening. So that game will be picked on the board, ready to go. NHL, there's only 2 NHL matchups, and I have picked both of them. They're already done. In fact, they're probably on their way already. Is the Tampa Bay Atlanta. Tampa Bay is going to Atlanta. And Atlanta's 10-7-2. They're actually playing halfway decent this year. And then we got Chicago going into Vancouver. Chicago's 14-5, so the Blackhawks are doing halfway decent this year as well. So those 2 those 2 NCAA, those 2 NHL picks will be in your package for hockey. Excuse me, folks. It's early morning. It's early Sunday morning. I'm up doing this stuff in the morning, Sunday morning. Let's get right down to the basketball. I promised you 2 college basketball matchups, and they're going to be teasers, so I'm not going to let you know who I'm picking. But they will be sent out in the college basketball package today. So college basketball holders will be happy to get a couple college basketball games today. So how about the Syracuse, man? How about those Orangemen? Unbelievable. Syracuse beat North Carolina the other day. They look for real, actually. All right, so thanks again for logging on Picks on the Board. Log on to my free daily video pick. It's probably going to be an NFL pick today. Hopefully we do better. I'm 0-3 this week. Actually, I'm 1-3 this week in my free daily video segment there. So log on, take a look. Also, I want to have a Dave's Daily Opinion. These freaking refs again, man. The refs in the Big Ten, this Connecticut and Notre Dame game. Connecticut finally did pull it out, but they would have won the game and wouldn't even have to go into overtime. 2 unnecessary holding calls that weren't holding at all. It was obvious. So one of the refs, I don't know if he's driving home in his Mercedes. He looked real familiar to me. He looked like a guy that I've run into at the sports book there at the MGM. So it was a little creepy, actually. So thanks again. I appreciate you logging on. Today's Sunday. Have a great NFL Sunday. And I will see you tomorrow, Monday. Thank you.